Fortune telling, no need for money. Xixi set up a stall in this terrifying secret room to calculate her fate. Host, this is not good. After all, who would stand up and tell their fortune after reading the script? Small System 011 looked at the rising points of miso and said with mixed thoughts. Why not, just allow her to deduct my salary and not allow me to earn extra money? Xixi said confidently. Yes, fortune telling. Don't be free. 011 insisted on the principle of joining if you can't win. Keywords of the novel. The Divine Arithmetic in the Scary Chamber. No pop-ups. The complete collection download of the Divine Arithmetic in the Scary Chamber TXT, the latest chapter reading of the Divine Arithmetic in the Scary Chamber. Chapter 1. I still have to watch the live broadcast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. 1. I still have to watch the live broadcast. Xixi, your boss has live streamed. Can I bring you some duck goods back? Use it, and bring a cup of kumquat lemon with less ice and sugar. Thank you for loving you. Hearing Wenwen's phone call, Xixi, who was washing her hair, quickly rinsed the foam off her head. Ah. The boss is so handsome. Ka. A burst of electric current stunned Xixi, who was watching the live broadcast of the leader of the Aoying sect. Oh my, I went over the phone. What should I do? Why don't I just pass it on directly? 011 looked at Xixi, who was trembling in front of her from time to time, feeling a little worried. Fuck your 011. What kind of ghost did you electrocute me into without saying a word? Upon hearing Xixi voice, 011 immediately transmitted her into the system world. Opening her eyes again, Xixi looked at herself in this Taoist robe and was stunned for 2 seconds. 011, sister, I'm on vacation. Do you understand vacation? Sister, don't be angry. Isn't this a new person activity? It's not easy to turn her around. As long as I admit my mistake quickly, she won't be able to do anything. Bring new people. Yes, there are benefits for bringing new people. Get out of here, I'm not rare. Hurry up and send me back. I still have to listen to my boss's card playing. When will this dog system not come? It happened to come when my boss was playing his card playing. I'm really not looking at it. I can't give it away. Seeing Xixi resolute expression, 011 cruelly shattered her imagination. What? You also know that only successful missions can lead you back to the original world. Do you think I believe it or not? Xixi couldn't help but roll her eyes as she listened to 011's serious nonsense. Why am I lying to you? We don't have any trust between us anymore. He couldn't help but turn into a virtual little boy and appear in front of him. No, hurry up and send me back. I still have to watch the boss's live broadcast. Xixi, who was only interested in watching the live broadcast, didn't notice that the original board had turned into a human. Looking back, I was stunned. Yo, upgraded. That's not it. You've all upgraded, why don't you send me back now? Sister, I really can't take you back. You're squeezing me, I need to contact customer service. Humph. I won't complain to you about the sample. Okay, I'll cut you to customer service. That's what customer service arranged for you, you idiot. Hello host. I am customer service 11, what can I do for you? Virtual customer service immediately arrived. I want to file a complaint against 011 for changing the host's vacation without authorization. Fraudulent behavior against the host violates labor laws. After saying that, she glanced smugly at 011. Okay, I'll check for you. Your complaint is not valid. Welcome to our next service. After speaking to customer service 11, they left. This result left Xixi confused, there must be a black curtain. Xixi, start the mission. 011 said to Xixi in a low voice. Cut, dormitory survival record. Stop, if you don't take on this task, it's hard to make it even more terrifying. Horror tasks are too exhausting, how can you go back and watch the boss's concert? Listen to me, this time we're going to be NPCs. It's not you running away. How could you stand up with such a timid host? Are you going to scare others? Is there such a good thing? Well, that's right. You're the one who loves to eat and play, right? What are you waiting for to leave? Now Xixi came to his senses. Dormitory survival record task. Provide rules and clues to ensure players' smooth clearance rate. Opening her eyes again, Xixi had already changed into a standard dormitory uniform. Before getting familiar with the environment and terrain, I heard the sound of 011. They are coming, you prepare. Upon receiving the notification from the main system, 011 quickly told Xixi. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. How did you become a waiter? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. How did I become a waiter? Upon hearing the system, Xixi quickly became a server. Welcome to the dormitory of a certain girl, I am your dormitory management teacher. This seems like a waiter. Hello, a girl with pink hair replied as she looked around. Your dormitory is on the 6th floor. There are a total of 5 rooms, namely 603, 604, 607, 608, and 612. Each room has 4 beds under the table, and at least 2 people live in each room. Please note that each room must be occupied. Please allocate it reasonably. If you have anything to do, come to me at 108. Good luck. After saying this, he turned around and left. Let's all introduce ourselves. After all, we will be staying here for 5 days together. My name is Andwa, a 21-year-old professional preschool teacher. The pink-haired girl spoke first. My name is Li Mank, a 21-year-old nursing intern, said the timid girl standing behind Andwa. My name is Ian Karen, a 23-year-old construction engineer. My name is Sun Yuqin, and this is my sister Sun Yutong. We are all students in the performance department, said a short-haired girl. My name is Yi Jirua, majoring in accounting. This is my partner Li Shuachuan, who is also a construction engineer. My name is Ning Hemming. Wang Heyue. Cheng Yi. Lui Zhang Yichen. Sun asked. Next, everyone will introduce themselves one by one. There are a total of 12 people in a circle, including 5 girls and 7 boys. Let's go upstairs and take a look now. Ian Karen suggested after counting the number of people. Well, let's go upstairs and decide how to allocate it. Andwa agreed. Xixi, who was watching everything in the surveillance room, was drinking a drink while knocking on melon seeds. Short legs, what are we going to do next? Of course, the next step is to watch. You can't do anything but eat melon seeds. 011 roast while sitting on the table looking at the melon seed shells on the floor. That Andwa looks pretty good. Ian Karen is also good, quite handsome. Although the other few are not as handsome as Ian Karen, they are not ugly either. Now I can experience the happiness of the dormitory management auntie at once. Host, you are now the horror warden. Pay attention to the character settings. This doesn't make you interested in them, right? At this point, Andwa and his group have also reached the 6th floor. 603 and 604 are opposite, 607 and 608 are also opposite, and 612 is next to 608. The distance is not too far, Ian Karen said after everyone finished looking at each room. Well, let's split the rooms next. Andwa didn't want to talk nonsense after all, this game is deadly, and currently she doesn't believe anyone except Li Meng. Ladies first, Luo Yi stood up and said. I want to live with Li Shuachuan in 603. Everyone has no objection, after all, they are a little couple. No one wants to be a light bulb and eat dog food. My dream and I can stay at 607, Andwa also spoke up. Can we be with you? Sun Yuqin took his sister's hand and asked Andwa. Andwa did not directly agree to them, and turned around to look at Li Meng, only then did she speak up after receiving his affirmation. Sure. There are still 3 rooms left, let's allocate them ourselves. Ian Karen said after the girls finished dividing them. In the end, Ian Karen and Luo E 604. Ning Heming and Zhang Yichen 608. Wang Heyue, Tsin Wen, and Cheng E 612. After finalizing this, the group checked the condition of the room. Duo, this room is currently a normal university dormitory, Li Meng said after looking at the bathroom. Well, it's only after 5 o'clock before it gets dark. It's probably going to change after 8 o'clock. Look for any lethal tools and hold them for self-defense. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. Spinach Rolls. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. Spinach Rolls. Host, it's your turn. Looking at Xixi, who was still sleeping, 011 could only disguise herself and call her. Got it. Got it. It's really annoying. I haven't slept soundly all day. What do you want me to do? Xixi said angrily. Give me the script. Women who are angry about waking up should not provoke them. I said I definitely couldn't understand and would scold me again, so I didn't just give her the script and let her play it on her own. Oh. Dinner's ready. Cough cough, let's go. There's no need to go, there's a broadcast. 011 said cautiously. Then you didn't say it earlier. Xixi turned on the radio and said, dinner time is up. Please have a meal at 211 on the second floor. Wishing everyone a pleasant meal. Let's go. Let's go take a look. After the notification, Xixi grabbed 011 from the table. Let me down, I'll go by myself. 011 struggled helplessly as he was caught up. Let's go. Everyone, let's go downstairs for dinner. Andwa put on her shoes and said. Li Meng held on to Andwa's arm. They pushed open the door and met the others who came out. After nodding to each other, they went downstairs together. After the group arrived at 211, they automatically took their seats. Xixi, who had been caught as a waiter to watch the lively scene, appeared with a resentful expression on her face. Today's dinner is served with spinach pancakes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Damn it, why do you have multiple jobs with your 011? I want to report you for your proper exploitation of employees. Have you ever thought about the relationship between customer service 11 and me? Cut customer service 11 is my dad, what am I afraid of? How come it's spinach? After hearing the menu, Song Xing couldn't help complaining about it. Is there nothing else? Ando couldn't help but ask. No. Please order. Xixi, who suddenly understood the relationship between 011 and customer service 11, called it a mechanization. Make do with it. At least it sounds quite normal, Luo comforted. Indeed. Cocoa and spinach rolls 1 and 2. Thank you. Ando, although she doesn't like spinach, started ordering. Spinach pancake 3. Everyone ordered their meals one after another, and Xixi took note and went to the kitchen. Unable to bear it anymore, Xixi finally erupted, fuck your 011, I'm the only one in the kitchen. Xiao Xixi, calm down. We're not here for the energy ball. Let's cook quickly. Don't exceed the time limit, otherwise your salary will be deducted. 011 jumped onto the table and said humbly. The next second, Xixi grabbed his collar and threw him to the cutting board. Hurry up and do it. Otherwise, I'll block you. This is your job. Do you do it or not? Do. Do. Hey, that's right. Hey, why did I choose such a host despite my hard work? Fortunately, there are always pancakes that can be rolled up. In 10 minutes Xixi happily pushed the small dining cart and served the dishes. This is your spinach cake combo, please enjoy it. She quickly slipped away. After everyone opened it, they found that the so-dot called spinach pancake 1 was rolled with 1 spinach in it, 2 was rolled with 2, and 3 was rolled with 3 spinach. This set of meals is quite unique, Sin asked helplessly after watching the spinach roll. It's quite unique. Cheng-yi also looked disgusted. A satisfied smile appeared on Xixi's face as she peeked at the kitchen. I knew there were picky eaters. Aren't you picky? Aren't you the most picky eater among them? You mind me. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Scaring Yourself. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Scaring Yourself, what are we really going to do? Yi Jirua asked everyone after finishing the meal. Andwa glanced at her without saying a word, and Li Monk was still just by Andwa's side. Stay for 5 days according to the rules, and trigger the mission to escape the Chamber of Secrets. Ian Karen explained as no one spoke up. It's okay, Monk and I will leave first. We'll go back first, too. Sun Yuqin saw that Andwa had taken Li Monk away, and quickly pulled his sister to follow. The others left without any tasks, leaving only Yi Jirua to get angry at Li Shuochuan. What is she dragging? Well behaved, let's go back too. Speaking, Li Shuochuan hugged Yi Jirua and returned to 603. After returning to the dormitory, Andwa took out the broom and mop. She secretly went to another dormitory from the bathroom and handed them to the 3 of them. It's definitely not easy to carry tonight. Let's take turns on duty. Sun Yutong and I are on duty for the first half of the night, while Monk and Yuqin are on duty for the second half of the night. How about that? No problem. Sun Yuqin thought for a moment and realized that there was also a certain trust issue among the 4 of them. This is good for all 4 of them. Yi Jirua and Li Shuochuan are still feeling bored and crooked. Other dormitories are also discussing rotating duty, but the trust between them is also not high. The final decision was to change shifts every hour. Hurry up, publish the rules for tonight. It will start soon. Looking at Xixi 011, I was really anxious. Got it, long-winded. Cough cough, good evening everyone. Due to multiple accidents that have occurred when entering the dormitory, students are prohibited from appearing in the hallway after 8 o'clock. If there is anything else, please feel free to contact me. It is now 8:08 p.m., thank you for listening. Have a wonderful night. They all say you posted it late. I'm watching the surveillance footage. What's the rush? Thanks for not going out, this NPC is a bit unreliable. Sin asked the 2 people who looked at the cold in front of him, unable to resist roast. Wang Heyue responded briefly. You 2 go to bed. We'll call you if you have something to do, Endo said as she looked outside at the darkness. The young couple in 603 are not too stupid, they also take turns on duty. It's already 9:55, isn't it? Asked 011 anxiously, looking at the person who hadn't let go yet. What's going on? Are you putting things away? What should I put? Wake up and go to the radio microphone. See the row of buttons in front. I see. Press any one. Xixi pressed the button in the middle of the first row with a snap. And then what? Buckle up. Who is that? Knocking on the door at this moment. Speaking, Xixi came to the door and opened it. Don't. Before 011 could react, Xixi's scream had already broken through the entire building. Pop. Xixi closed the door. 011, I said goodbye. It's not my fault. Who knew you had to press all those buttons on the first floor? One row is the first floor, you can watch and let it go. From left to right are their levels. Do you have their introduction pictures or something? Oh my. I was careless just now. Yes, here. Humph. Let's give them a few baby spirits first. How many are there after a few clicks? It's a drop. Let's start with 6. Quickly switch to the camera in the couple's room. Let me put a cat spirit for them separately. What a hobby you are. 011 roast while cutting for her. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. 5 Confirmation and Affirmation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Confirmation and Affirmation. By the way, these things don't harm me. Xixi, who suddenly thought of something, asked. You can't count them as colleagues. That's good. Did you just hear that? Sun Yutong asked cautiously. I heard that under normal circumstances, there would be no danger to our lives if we don't leave the dormitory. I think it's okay. Sun asked and looked at each other. It should be. After all, we are the 3 big men. Cheng Yi also nodded at them. Ning Heming and Zhang Yichen are even more harmonious here, and Ning Heming has already started to snore slightly. After all, he and his high school classmates also have a certain level of trust. That voice just now sounded like that dormitory manager's aunt. She's not a big boss, is she? Karen analyzed. Maybe it is. Li Shuochuan felt a bit sleepy and shook Yi Zhiruo awake, preparing to change shifts. Yi Zhiruo opened his eyes in a daze and saw Li Shuochuan's green cat eyes staring at her from the ceiling above. Ah! What's wrong? This sudden scream refreshed Li Shuochuan. Head up, she said, ignoring herself as she jumped off the upper bunk. And Li Shuochuan also looked up and met his green eyes. I quickly got out of bed and grabbed Yi Zhiruo, who was about to leave. Pick up the broomstick placed by the bed with ease. You can't go out. No. I'm going out. Li Shuochuan directly held Yi Zhiruo in his arms and handed her the stick. I picked up another stick to defend myself. It's more dangerous outside. Mom, the sound of crying and the child looking for their mother rang out. The idea of Yi Zhiruo going out was dispelled, and the cat on the ceiling also disappeared. Yo, this man is quite good. Well, indeed. I also know that protecting my girlfriend is a good partner. What do you know about your system? She didn't forget to glance at 011. Is that how the cat disappeared? But I was still curious about that cat. Just wait and you'll know. Then, with a meow, Li Shuochuan was scratched in the picture. Ah! Yi Zhiruo's screams rang out again. The screams of Yi Zhiruo are too loud. Isn't it just a few children crying? Luo Yi, who was just preparing to rest, asked with some confusion. There must be something else. I heard the sound of a cat, Karen said before knocking on the door. Pop 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 pop. Help. I'm Yi Zhiruo, open the door. Help me. Help me. Please help me. The sound of knocking on the door kept ringing, but Karen and Luo Yi remained motionless and only clenched the broom in their hands. Help me. The voice suddenly became sharp and then began to decrease. Karen and Luo looked at each other without moving a single glance. What should we do? Li Menk whispered to Andwa, but in this tense situation. Her voice is exceptionally clear. Hush. Andwa covered her mouth and motioned quietly to Sun Yutong's 2 sisters. Then a wave of slapping and baby crying came in from the door. Mom, for a moment, the room was silent and tightly huddled together. Xixi, let's go take a look. Not going. Go. 011 turned into a little zhengtai and coquettishly said to Xixi. Xixi glanced at 011 with her big eyes blinking, thought for a moment, and agreed. Are you sure they won't hurt me? But before setting off, she couldn't help but ask. Well, I'm sure and certain. Looking at 011's affirmative gaze, Xixi pushed open the door and went out. As soon as I closed the door and turned around, I met up a young lady with a bloody face. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. 6 Failure to Meet Standards. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Failure to Meet Standards. 011. You lied to me again. Xixi voice shot straight at Jichangshan. I didn't. She said without forgetting to let Miss Bloody Clothes down. Cut. Xixi turned around and went upstairs, passing by the introduction and pictures of the dormitory monsters she had just seen. She was only scared for a moment, without much momentum. Xixi. 011 hurried to chase with short legs. Xixi knocked on the door of 608, which had been peaceful all along. Hello, dormitory manager. There was a silence inside, with no one responding. Seeing her knocking at the door just now, the child wriggled and crawled over. Why? Laugh at me. She was about to mention a spanking. Pay attention to the character settings, you are the terrifying dormitory manager, said 011, who caught up quickly, cut through the child directly into 011's arms. I'm going to knock on the next door, and 011 knows he's in trouble and can only follow me around. On the first day, the evening was spent peacefully. Last night, Xixi knocked until 3:30 a.m. and couldn't help but go downstairs to sleep. I received the notification letter early this morning at 6:011. After yesterday's test, the host's psychological tendencies were normal. The level of terror did not reach the original set level, and the overall system decided to directly distribute detailed scripts. This. Okay. 011 looked helplessly at Xixi, who was sleeping soundly on the bed. At 8:25 in the morning, Xixi was awakened by 011's push. Hurry up broadcasting. I've ordered breakfast now. Oh, why don't I just go straight up? This overall system is constantly changing, and it's not as good as the previous strategy system. Oh. Xixi cleared her throat in a daze. It's 8:30 in the morning, please come to 211 for dinner. After finishing speaking, Xixi was more than half awake and pulled 011 to go to 211. After seeing the busy ant wearing a chef's uniform inside, Xixi woke up. This. She looked at 011. The overall system was not very satisfied with the script sent last night. So they directly gave the script to Xixi. Taking the script from 011's hand, Xixi sat down in a corner. Have a work meal, she said to the head chef as she sat down. Then a little sister gave Xixi a share of deep-fried dough stick soybean milk. Thank you. Xixi said without looking up. Her ingrained politeness is indeed not suitable for creating terrorist missions. Feeling the arrival of other players, 011 opened transparent mode for Xixi. Xixi, who was completely immersed in the script, was completely invisible. 011, just turn off the sound for her and let her read the script carefully. A group of people walked into the restaurant without mentioning anything about last night. Knowing that portions of green and sticky breakfast with a smell of swill were served. Ouch, Yi Zhirua vomited first. Li Shuochuan quickly patted her back, wanting to bring her a glass of water. But I saw the red liquid in the cup and sniffed it up to smell blood. I put it back again and silently gave her a smooth ride. This. Li Mink looked at Andwa. Ando didn't speak, just held her hand to comfort her. Ian Karen was about to say something when he saw a man wearing a chef's hat walking towards the kitchen with a kitchen knife. Breakfast has been served for today, please take your time. The kitchen will prepare lunch at 12 noon and no food will be served during this time. After speaking, carry the kitchen knife and leave. Anen. Lee Mink was a bit at a loss. It's okay. Ando patted her hand. I remember each of us entering the mission had 50 energy points that could be exchanged in the mall, Ning Hemming reminded. And Luo kept pulling Ian Karen away. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. Work Meal. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. Work Meal. After listening, no one else touched the breakfast here and left. After returning to the room, Luo Yi reminded Ian Karen, don't be any kind person, you'll end up getting caught up in it. I understand. But was it a bit strange last night? Indeed, theoretically speaking, the difficulty shouldn't have increased so much overnight. I always feel that it's the dormitory manager's fault. She seems to have ideological consciousness. Ian Karen expressed his doubts. What do you see? Luo Yi exchanged a mantu from the mall, broke half of it and threw it to Ian Karen. No, just intuition. Ian Karen didn't hesitate to eat. 608 Andwa also exchanged a mantu from the mall to share with Lee Mink. Sun Yuqin and Sun Yutong's sisters also learned that they shared a mantu. Ning Hemming and Zhang Yichen from 608 here are also veteran players, so they naturally understand something. Although the three of 612 have just met, they are discussing how to save points when their grades are similar. After reading the script, Xixi of the restaurant looked up and said, this is a bit scary, isn't it? Are you okay? Hurry up and have a meal, we still have to send out tasks later. Xixi took a mouthful of deep-fried dough sticks and stood up. They haven't come down yet. They're leaving. Are you leaving? Are you eating so fast? As soon as I finished speaking, I saw rows of green and sticky things, and I suddenly lost my appetite. Nausea, walk, I won't eat either. As for what? 011 didn't feel much looking at what was in front of him. How disgusting. At 108, Xixi still felt nauseous. Here. I couldn't help but retrieve a bottle of mineral water from the mall. After taking a sip, Xixi finally recovered. What were you prepared for? That's the normal food provided, 011 explained. So my share. She was a bit scared. Clean, work meal. It scared me, Xixi breathed a sigh of relief after receiving a satisfactory answer. Let's go then. The mission has been sent. Xixi turned around and left, while 011 could only reluctantly follow. The dormitory self-study room has been renovated. Students are requested to go to the dormitory management to collect the keys to the self-study room. After the broadcast, 011 directly changed Xixi work clothes. The work clothes are quite resistant to dirt. She was covered in ash. Buckle up. Please come in. Hello, we are here to retrieve the library keys, Ando said politely. Xixi handed the key directly to Andwa and reminded him, only 2 people can enter the study room at a time, and each person cannot exceed 30 minutes. Remember not to stay alone in the study room, and the books inside cannot be taken out. The door will close at 8 p.m. on time. Thank you. Ando took the key with both hands. Everyone has arrived after leaving the dormitory. You must have heard what the dormitory manager said earlier, she said, looking around. Ian Karen responded. The others also nodded. Let's go then. According to the map posted in the dormitory hall, the dormitory study room should be at 130. Andwa led them to 130. It didn't open the door directly, after all, who was the first to enter? The group looked at each other but didn't say a word, so they continued to waste their time. Who is the first? Ando didn't want to waste time with them. Judging from the breakfast situation, tonight is destined to be unbearable. There is 1 boy and 1 girl, and Yi Zhiruo and Li Shuochuan must also be separated. Ning Hemming probably guessed the situation and didn't want to waste it. And there must be a trust issue between them. No one wants to hand over their own lives to others. Why? Yi Zhiruo didn't want to do so much, she only heard that she wanted to separate herself from Li Shuochuan. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. 8 Self-Study Room. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. Self-Study Room. Everyone wants to live. Zhang Yichen, who remained silent for a while, spoke out. Thanks to the annoyance of women, he was surrounded by Ming Hemming. You. What else did Yi Zhiruo want to say? Li Shuochuan covered his lips. We don't have a problem. He understood the current situation and didn't trust anyone else. In the end, Yin Karen and Li Meng entered first. Yin Karen cautiously pushed open the door and signaled to Li Meng to follow after confirming safety. The study room is about the size of 2 dormitories, with a total of 8 rows of bookshelves. There are 4 rows on the left, with 2 rows adjacent to the wall. The same layout on the right, with 4 tables pieced together in the middle. Inside, there are rows of storage cabinets in front of each other, some open and some closed. On both sides of the door are keys and borrowing records. Li Meng carefully turned on the light, and now she could see clearly around. Yin Karen looked back at him without saying a word and walked to the cabinet to open the unlocked one. There's nothing inside either, just some miscellaneous items. Just 6 cabinets are locked and I'm trying to figure out how to open them. Li Meng handed over the key, and Yin Karen looked at her with some confusion. I dare not. She didn't hide anything and spoke directly. After Yin Karen took the key from her hand and opened the cabinet, the 2 of them simultaneously took a deep breath of air conditioning. Inside is a thick plastic wrap, as if there is an unformed baby inside. Let's take a look at the other cabinets, said Yin Karen, who had already started opening the other cabinets. This time, it's normal that there are some girls' little things inside. 2 more cabinets were opened and everything inside was normal, except for some small pendants and water cups. It's almost time, we're going out. Li Meng started paying attention to the clock on the wall as soon as he entered. Yin Karen also looked up at 10:37 p.m. The 2 of them pushed the door open and went out, but the people waiting outside didn't ask anything directly. And let Andwa and Zhang Yichen enter. As soon as they entered, the 2 of them noticed the time on the wall. 9:52. Then I saw rows of open cabinets and paper tubes on the table. Is this like a paper tube used up with cling film? Zhang Yichen looked at the paper tube. How do you know it's cling film? There is still an unused roll under the table. Why are there so many cling films in the library? Have you ever heard of any news? Andwa and Zhang Yichen were analyzing while still searching for clues. What? It means that someone in the girls' dormitory got pregnant and gave birth to a child. They didn't want others to know, so they wrapped it in plastic wrap and hid it in a cabinet. Cabinet. Andwa accurately captured the key point in Zhang Yichen's words. Both of them turned around and looked at the unopened cabinet. Key. Andwa took off the key from the wall and threw it to Zhang Yichen. Opening 2 cabinets together is a normal cup note, until the 3rd cabinet. As expected. Zhang Yichen turned around and saw an duo standing 1 meter away, covering his nose. No way. Hurry up and take a look at the other cabinets. Time is running out. Zhang Yichen opened all the other cabinets without hesitation. It was also discovered that it was a diary. April 24th, sunny. Today, I was locked outside the dormitory by them again. Auntie Su Guan didn't say anything, she just asked me to stay here all night. On April 29th, it rained. The counselor found out that I was pregnant and didn't know whose child it belonged to. The guide said, let me watch for myself. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Inside the wall. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Chapter 9. Inside the Wall. On May 18th, it rained heavily. They once again locked me outside the dormitory door. May 27th, sunny. Time's up, we should go out now. Zhang Yichen placed the diary on the table for those who came in from behind to check. The next group to enter the study room are Ning Hemming and Yi Zhiruo. What did you find? Yin Karen asked. Andwa walked up to Li Menk and said, a dried corpse wrapped in cling film. There is also a girl's diary, Zhang Yichen added. We also saw that baby, Li Menk clenched Andwa's hand. So our task is related to campus violence, concluded Solo E after listening to two groups of lines. Take a look at the clues in this group. Wang Heyue reminded. Hey 011. Can I go in there and take a look? Xixi, who was in the dormitory, became a little curious. It's a world of change inside, and it's a bit scary. Don't go, prepare for the next broadcast. Okay. What a shabby place. Yi Zhiruo started roast as soon as he entered. After hearing the clues from the first group, Ning Hemming glanced at the clock on the wall. Heading straight for the storage cabinet, I didn't expect to see the dried corpse wrapped in cling film. Ah! Yi Zhiruo was so scared that he ran out directly. When Ning Hemming rushed to the door, it had already been sealed. When everyone outside the self-study room saw Yi Zhiruo rushing out, their faces instantly changed. When I looked back at the study room, the door had already disappeared. Seeing the current situation, Li Shuochuan quickly blocked in front of Yi Zhiruo, but Zhang Yichen quickly grabbed Yi Zhiruo's collar. Yi Zhiruo. How did you come out? Where is Hemming? Li Shuochuan quickly protected Yi Zhiruo behind him. Zhiruo was just too scared. Yi Chen, calm down. Luo came over and grabbed Zhang Yichen. Calm down, calm down. Hemming is now sealed inside. Now not only are the people gone, but the clues are also broken, Cheng Yi, who was blocking Zhang Yichen, said. Go to the dormitory management first and ask. Andwa said calmly as she looked at the situation in front of her. That's all. Yin Karen patted Zhang Yichen's shoulder. Buckle up. Please come in. Xixi, who was studying the script, quickly hid it and sat down. Hello, dormitory manager. I am Zhang Yichen from 608. What's up with you classmates? It seems like the situation is not very good. I haven't seen what happened on the surveillance for a while. We were in the self-study room just now. Xixi interrupted halfway through the conversation. Those who violate the rules will be punished, and it's no use coming to me. This tone sounded like something was wrong. What about Ning Hemming, who lives in the same dormitory? Is it really impossible? Zhang Yichen asked with some pleading. After all, I only work part-time. Where has Ning Hemming been transmitted? Still in the study room. It's just that the door has turned into a wall. Can it still be saved? She asked quietly in her heart. Are you stupid in the wall? If you smash a hole in the wall, people will come out. This host's intelligence is worrying. Can we still find him? Andwa, who was a bit distracted, said. Sure. Xixi covered her mouth after saying it. Did I say something that should have been said? Oh my God. What should we do now if we cause trouble? It's okay, I'm used to it. 011 said something that was taken for granted. End of this chapter. Chapter 10, I can't be the NPC of 10. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Chapter 10. 10, I can't handle this NPC, cough cough cough. There will be a fortune teller in the lobby on the first floor before lunch break. Perhaps she can figure out something. Since it's like this, let's break the jar. Anyway, 011 is a related account, so I should be able to earn some extra income. Thank you for reminding me, sister. After receiving the answer, Ando quickly thanked me. The group left and after some discussion, they finally decided to return to the 6th floor to check if there were any clues to the other dormitories. Sister Andwa, why can't we go to other floors? Sun Yuqin was puzzled. The system is not broadcasting, try not to touch it. Oh, Xixi. How could you think of it? I know your relationship with the inspection system, so use it well. You. What am I? The host who completed one of my tasks was once again pulled in as an optional existence. Don't think I don't know your little plan. What a fool. This is just a broadcast asking a strategy host to confirm that there is a conspiracy. This. Heard here 011 a little guilty. But what are you trying to pull me in for? Xixi asked, staring at 011's big eyes. Forget it, let me tell you. Anyway, she had to know sooner or later, and 011 made a big decision before making a decision. I want to compete in the Chamber of Secrets system, which requires collecting a large amount of energy points for integration. So, you pulled me over while I was on vacation watching live broadcasts. Once taking over the Chamber of Secrets system, the host must stay with the system. How much do you need? Ah. How much energy value is needed? It seems we need to work hard. That's just 300,000 energy points integrated. What? Why don't you go grab it? This guy is trying to kill me. How many are there now? There were originally 2,800 points, but these past few days you have snacks and meals. There are still 2,357 points left. 011 said cautiously. How many points can I earn for a task? Don't be angry. 300 points. The tone of 011 is getting smaller and smaller. What about the players? It ranges from 100 to 500. We're not as good as others. Xixi gritted his teeth. Why don't you let me be a player? I can't be an NPC. These are all horror-themed, I'm not afraid of you. Forget it, the next secret room will start picking up players for me. I finished early and went home early, fighting. Okay. You know I didn't choose the wrong person. It is always inconvenient to act as an NPC, and if you are a player, the overall system tolerance is definitely high. It's exactly December 2000, noon time now. Please come to the restaurant for your meal. Let's go. A group of people entered the restaurant and the door closed. Please take your seats, everyone. After everyone sat down, the chef who brought out the knife in the morning came out. Due to the serious waste of food by everyone in the morning, those who haven't finished their meal this afternoon will be left for dinner, he said, clapping his hands as rows of puppet servers served their dishes. Wishing all students a pleasant meal. After speaking, he left. In front of everyone was a stewed onion with unshaven potatoes and a few pieces of chicken with chicken skin. What kind of thing? It's so disgusting. Sun Yuqin took a taste of it and roast. At least it's clean. Li Monk also picked up a piece of potato. This is not much better than in the morning, said Kai-in Kuran, looking in front of him. And Zhang Yichen, who was determined to indulge Ning Hemming, opened his mouth and started eating. Others saw it and didn't say anything anymore. End of this chapter.